Hello and welcome to episode 10 of our Sugamber campaign. So, in the last episode we did a little bit more conquering. So we expanded up into this province right here, Antir Holland. We took that off of Arninen, and we also came and expanded to the south and took the state of Hypionde from Busalar here. So that was what our claims led us to, and eventually helped us get permanent claims up here in the north in the core provinces of Arninen. Right now, we are doing a humiliation war against Vern, trying to get some power points if we can. If we need to, we'll just take money and some war reps and humiliate them. Just something really easy, real simple. Unfortunately, Busalar did jump in on it, so they took this fort right here, so I think we'll have a hard time getting to 100% war score that we'll need. And as for their allies, they will be kind of difficult to deal with, so we'll see what happens there. We also discovered the terrifying thing that both Gowed and Laurent are great conquerors. Now, Laurent is currently losing a coalition war because they took like 10 provinces from Gowed, which is an insane amount in this mod. There is so much development. So Laurent is being punished for their crimes, but Gowed is now also a great conqueror, so they might be able to turn around the war against Bjarnrik. They did lose a couple of provinces to Blue Scale, and they were able to, I think, wipe peace for Tesk, if I'm not mistaken. Though I'm not sure when they got this. They must have... They took it off of somebody, so I don't know. But it looks like that ended pretty peacefully, and they may turn this around on Bjarnrik and take some provinces up in the north. As for us, we have a bit of AE around, so we're just going to let that kind of cool off. And then we will continue into Arninen. I do want to perhaps do something about our trading situation soon. So we only have 14% control of the current trade node we have. So I want to try and get into the flooded coast and start pulling more value in this direction. We don't have a lot, but something's better than nothing. I think a good way to do that is to take Nathalair, right? I think I'd prefer them as a vassal at first, only because they can provide a lot of trade power for me, because they will keep that level 3 world port. And then also getting the Dostnik estuary from Arninen will help us a lot as well. Kind of control the money. It's not super valuable yet, but that's because these are just recently colonized. Some of them aren't even done being colonized. So that is something that we'll have to consider in the future here. And I also really do need to consider annexing Basan. At this point, they are kind of more work than they're worth to keep around, so we are going to improve relations with them because we can get up above 200 or above 190, and hopefully we're able to annex them. We'll sink some prestige into them. It'll be good. So we will just continue with this war. Move them over here. I want to make sure I can jump onto all these provinces before Busalar can. Now I gotta be careful, yes, because these guys are able to walk up and into my land. But it looks like Busalar has actually turned to the south. Interesting. I'm going to send these 16,000 men down south, and I'm going to start sieging down more of their provinces, just so I can try and get them out of here. I forgot, I do only have one cannon, and I want to get more, but we really can't afford it right now. Yeah, not a lot of money. I am so glad I did not join Laurent in a defensive war. We would have gotten absolutely wrecked by the coalition, because they would have all just sprinted for me, and there would have been literally nothing I could have done. Literally nothing. So there we go. So we'll start sieging all of this down. These 16,000 are trapped here now. I'm not too confident about their navy fight, but this is the big deal. Castellos is dead. Alright? Pamphlets spread across Canor and Divenhall like wildfire. The claims printed there more inflammatory than the hottest embers. Castellos, the ruling god of the Regent Court, is dead. Published by the Order of Chroniclers, this printing details murals located in an ancient precursor ruin containing vast carvings depicting the whole course of precursor civilization. The last of these murals appears to have been made after the ruin of Elentir and depicts a deity named Castellar, known to Canorians as Castellos, trying and failing to prevent the calamity. Copies of the mural are printed on the back of every pamphlet so that all can see the sky god's end. and the Telemite town criers shout the words from the rooftops. Castellos is dead. Alright? In addition to the rapidly spreading pamphlets, a radical group of apprentice mages within the Magisterium became convinced of the chronicler's claims and hatched a plot to seize the Tower of Adrael and use its magic amplifying properties and location in the middle of the Dame's Head to project the image of the mural on the clouds for all to see. Just a few days ago, the image of Castellar faltering before the devastation of the ruin of Atlantir appeared in the evening sky. The flickering of the mural's form against the clouds almost giving the illusion of the lightning shearing away Castellar's outstretched hand. The plotters were quickly apprehended and expelled by the Magisterium, but there is no undoing what they did. No way for the population of the Imperial States to unsee the image cast upon the clouds. Alright? This just talks about how people are very upset now, and we have a bit of a religious problem on our hands, because if Castellos is dead, then who is truly in charge of this pantheon that we worship? And we do lose 2 stability, because we are Regent Court. So that is rough, and things are about to get very bad for everybody in this region of the world. Life's about to get very complicated, you could say. We'll go ahead, we will send 1 troop over here just to make sure that that keeps going. A change of policy, Eshionde. No thanks, I need the prestige. Really, really do need the prestige. All the prestige we can get. Alright. If I can get these guys back across, and I can. Perfect. I'm going to come up here and try and test this siege. Goed has announced me as a rival. That's terrifying. Goed, please stay away from me. Okay. Now we are in control of this capital siege, even if Busalar gets onto it. So, Hammerhome, which is over here. I don't even think we've taken a look at this region of the world yet. So, in the start, this is all empty, essentially. And there are people that can go ahead and they can recolonize it through, like, adventurer companies or monsters. And most of it is Regent Court. But, as you can see, something has changed. Many questions have risen with the recent revelation that Castellos, the ruling deity of the Regent Court, is dead. When exactly did he die? Can the text in Atlantir be verified? Who will lead the Regent Court now? Traditionalists attempt to keep the peace in saying that Adian, Castellos' son and rightful heir, will rise up and take his father's place. However, many of those who suffered under the greed tide claim that it was the Regent Court's neglect that led to the destruction of Esgon and Castellir, and a clear sign that if Castellos was alive and that gods were capable, that the Green Tide would have been averted, and that Castellos would have protected his patron kingdom like he did in eons past. The rising popularity of the recently ascended god of war, Corrin, the heroine of the Green Tide, has called for her divine succession onto the regent throne through her links as the de facto successor of Agrinos, Castellos' deceased brother. The Cornites in South Castenath dispute that while Adian may be a noble and chivalric god, his time under Castellos' tutelage has made him conservative, hidebound, and ultimately unable to defend the realm against its many external threats. That the present system of divine regency is but a poor excuse for weak and unjust rulers to retain their power and ignore the monsters and tyrants lurking beyond their borders. Alright, so Cornite is now enabled. So this is essentially the Protestantism of the regular world. So we are going to see Cornite spreading. I honestly don't know if I want to switch to Cornite or not, or stay Regent Court. I think a lot of it's just going to depend on how much of our land gets converted and who else decides to convert. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you think I should go with? What do you think fits Sugamber the best? I don't know if there's like one religion that really pops out. Maybe there is a mission in here that I just have overlooked that says we have to choose one or the other. But I think we are pretty clear to go with either one, so let me know. And speaking of missions, we have completed one. So, control of the Gulf. We finally got our shipyard built. So, with Sorncell under our control, now is the time for us to build a grand fleet that can wrest control of the flooded coast away from our rivals and enemies. For how can we protect the borders if corsairs can raid freely and enemies can land with nary a care along the coast of Highcliff? So, we gain a permanent claim on Darvan's Folly, and we gained some more trade power in the Merchant Coast, or the Flooded Coast. All that. Lots of claims. Very nice. Wow. That was a lot of reading. A lot of reading. So let's get back to what we all enjoy, and that is Conquest. Who doesn't love a good bit of conquest? All right, you, one out. Yeah, I'll gladly take that. All right. Where is he going? He's going into the West Shield, so let's try and engage him there. Oh, he's gonna run away. Yeah, fair enough. Anbennar cost. Is there even any way for me to get over there? Maybe. We'll try. I'm assuming they're gonna try and block me with their ships. Nope, we're over. Oh, they're running. They are. Oh no, what? Okay, there we go. So we have siege down and we've also wiped their army. So very nice. Let's bring our guys back together. We can send one troop out there, see if he makes it. If he does, great. If he doesn't, that's fine. We do unfortunately have some rebels down south that were not ours, but have decided to come at us here. Anbennar cost. Would you like out? You would. Alrighty. Goodbye. I don't want to sit there and siege down a little 3 fort with no navy to give us our bonus. That will take a very long time for a very little gain. So we can invest in a new idea. It's a mill idea. We are plenty ahead of time there. So let's go ahead and complete defensive ideas, which is pretty much essential for our country. There we go. So minus 25% land attrition, and we can now implement the diplomatic act. Let's head on over, and we now get +1 diplomats and +1 diplomatic relations. So it's pretty cool. All right, I don't think there's anything else we can do here for now. Let's siege this down, and maybe that'll be enough. I don't know if he'll want a show strength yet. No, not yet. Not even close. That is, oh, that is really unfortunate. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to engage him there. San has embraced colonialism. That's good. They'll spread to us pretty soon. That's at 29 here. In fact, I'm going to go advancement edict just to spread it up a little bit faster. How's Gwed doing? Alright, looks like they pieced out with Bjarnrik. But who knows what they'll do now. I'm assuming Blue Scale's not going to make it very long. Once that truce runs out, oh, Gwed's going to want some good old-fashioned revenge. Alrighty, well, it looks like we need to find their innovativeness. No, I want loyalty and some basically unrest reduction. Because we're going to need all the unrest reduction we can get here in a second. That is for sure. Times are going to get rough for those in the Regent Court faith. We'll go ahead, we'll engage them. I'm going to reinforce that. Lots more men than we needed. Now we need to go and hunt down Vern's army. That's going to be our #1 priority. What does the naval battle look like? Oh, we can definitely win the naval battle. Or we can just chill. Let's pop our navy out here. I am going to spend the 50 diplo on a admiral. Kind of necessary if they have heavies. If anything, just to try and scare them off. Sometimes some intimidation works best. Oh, and they're trying to land troops there, but that's not going to fly. And we'll go over, we'll wipe them out. Hopefully this gives us enough war score to get that show strength. I kind of consider the 50 diplo points like an investment into making sure we win the war efficiently. I can also go ahead and hand the capital over to Basan. I don't want to pay for it. And we are killing their navy now. Maybe we can steal a heavy? No. No heavy stolen. That's okay. It was worth a try. Ooh, and it looks like Estfallen is doing their best to try and get over onto the other side. That will definitely end the war. Let's let them do that. The question is, do I want to engage these heavies? Is this inland sea? It is. Alright, then let's do it. Let's try and see if we can steal these heavies. Oh, we lost a ship. I'm looking. We're still okay. Okay, we're starting to lose some. I don't think it's worth it. We lost a transport and a galley, and they sunk 1 galley. Yeah, not enough galleys to really combat the heavies at this point, but that's okay. And yes, we will gain 30 power projection, which will put us up even higher, and it will give us our points. Perfect. Boom. Fire away. Here we go. That was the entire point of rivaling Vern, was just to get those points right there. That's pretty nice. Let's see, nothing crazy here. Wed's too young to try and get into a PU. And they, they rivaled me, so I don't really have a choice. No policies. We can state some stuff. I will absolutely do that. And okay, so here's, I do need to accept these cultures, right? Like, without a doubt. Question is, how do I want to do that? Is RNEs is bigger. Lucilar is smaller. But what do I need to conquer the most of, right? Obviously RNEs is the biggest. Yeah. I'll just do both. Why not? You know what? When you can't decide, just do both, even if it's technically not the best idea for you. Might as well just throw it in there and hope everything turns out fine. If we can get a knowledge sharing from our vassal, we will accept that, absolutely. We also have lots of money sitting in the bank right now, and we can get some pretty decent production buildings there. What about manufactories? Anything decent yet? You know what? We'll take that. It's expensive, but we do kind of need it. As for combat width, we are at 25 now, so let's go ahead and make sure we get another guy here. I think I'm going to drop that cav. I don't think I need the cav anymore. But we'll just let him stick around until I sacrifice him somewhere. I don't know. Alrighty, so our next war, I think, is going to be against Ardennen here in 3 years. So I think we can just chill. We can get rid of some rebels, undoubtedly. There we go. Almost all of them. Busalari separatists are still around, barely. But we can go ahead and hit that. So, a carnival trope. Right here, we are absolutely going to go with entertain the peasants. Alright. Duke is righteous, so we get yearly legitimacy and yearly Coronite Paragonhood decay. Well, we're not Coronite, so let's see. Okay, yes, they really went for it over here. Really went for it. So 3 conversion centers over here in the far east. So I don't know how that's going to play out for us converting, but we'll see. And Laurent has rivaled me. Well, that kind of sucks, but you know what? I do kind of deserve it as well. Wait, they're not rival to me. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Okay, never mind. Less crazy. That's unfortunate. Having them like me would have been nice. Oh, okay. I should have just waited. I should have clicked it. Let's exploit some tax development. There we go. No reason to take a loan there. Alright, I wanted to start integrating Bissau. So let's go ahead and let's make them happy. Influence increases trust by 5. Go ahead and do that, because they don't trust us. Which, you know what? Fair enough. We did kind of do them dirty a lot. Many times. We are malevolent, which sucks. It sucks a lot. But our ruler is better than our heir, so I'm not going to get rid of him. So I think we go ahead. That's the wrong place. We're going to... Then we're going to enable Scuddage. Hopefully, this makes him pay enough money once we get him loyal that he can't afford 6 troops. That's the hope. And we're going to placate twice. Alright. And then we are going to go ahead and annex them on the 12th of June. Alright, so it's going to take 4 years. We just have to keep them loyal for 4 years. And then we're good. We're in. We have them annexed, and that is no longer an issue anymore. I can also afford to maybe get another vassal somewhere. As for our next age objective, unrest -5, capital farmlands. I'm actually going to go feudal de jure law. I usually don't use it, but I'm going to use it right now. Alright. For those of you that don't know, there are some pretty nasty events that are coming due to, you know, the entire religion being shooken up from knowing that its once leader is dead. And of course we can royal marry them now, which makes them even more loyal at 39. Elven tolerance, good. 2 inflation? How's our inflation doing? Already at 5. Yearly corruption 0.1. Okay, I'll just take the corruption. Whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Remove obstacles. No, I would love for the merchants to lose some power here. Alright, and I would love to also revoke some land. Ah, right. We needed to develop here. Let's go ahead and encourage development. Get that development done. Get the manpower, which is very nice. We will go ahead and summon the diet. Stability at least 3. That's not going to happen. Like, that's not going to happen. For a very, very long time, most likely. We'll go ahead and we will seize some land. I think we have all of the monthly power points. Yes, admin. Oh, we don't have the Diplo. Of the Diplo, which is kind of what we need right now, ironically. But that's alright. We will go ahead and we will improve with the Magisterium for our next one, and having the Magisterium on your side, always a good idea. Because for us, it helps keep the mages loyal. So, I want to make sure they like us. We can take tech early, get some innovativeness. I don't think that's worth it, personally. Sestirande? Why would I want to marry you? No. How dare you? How dare you even ask? Okay, but we are about to cap out on it here pretty soon. And I think with that, I will go ahead and lower the inflation. How long do we have until Arnanen? Okay, that's fine. We do a new patron. No, I don't want to lose stability. That's ridiculous. Even though I think we have the idea guy right now. Where would I find that? Here? Yeah. Direction efficiency, idea cost. So it would be good to switch it, but I want to keep my 1 stability. I don't want to have to pay for another stability. Okay, actually, I will go ahead and boost up to stab 2. Never a bad idea to just have some extra stability laying around. As for money, we're still living on war reps. Oh, okay, no we're not, because we're also doing knowledge sharing, so I think we're good, actually. We're good to perhaps buy 2 more cannons? Basan likes me more, I lose 10 legitimacy. No. That's fine, Basan cannot like me now. That doesn't hurt me if Basan doesn't like me. Oh, someone sent me an alliance request and I missed it. I think it was Westham. Oh, it looks like Laurent is out of the war. I must have missed it over here on the side, but yeah, they had a couple tags get popped out, like the Red Glades, who has allied Laurent. That is amazing, because hopefully now the Red Glade sticks around and just takes out this core component of Laurent. As for Goed, they are at war. Makes sense, and yes, they are going after all these tiny guys. You're going to see a lot of these 1 province miners and 2 province miners just disappear as Goed just rolls through them. They already ate somebody. Oh, and they did take a province off of Bjarnrik right here. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff going on over here in Western Canor. Plus, the gnomes. The gnomes are still alive. Nimsgod. Woo! They're kind of weak and terrible, but they're alive, I suppose. Alright, our truce with Arnanen is over. We do need to keep our eye on things going on down here, because I don't want Fierce Darkness coming and taking Mountain Hugger out, because I'll probably want that land, because it feeds directly into my trade node. And we still have to make the gnolls like us. I want my gnolls to not be oppressed, please. But we are good to go to war with Arnanen now. Our AE is still looking kinda high. So we will need to keep that in mind. We might not be able to take what we want here. We might have to leave his capital. Instead, take everything else. But we will at least move up to the line. I will take a free stability. Thank you. That is 3 stability once again. I will go ahead and grab 2 more cannons. I think that's fair. We will wait for them to build. And then we will declare war on Arnanen as long as... Okay, good. I can't wait for Goed and Laurent to ally Arnanen. Oh boy, that'll be a blast. Once again, I am gonna want to call in Wex, because I want to make sure that Wex doesn't eventually come and take this land. I'm also going to need to plan out who I'm going to attack to cover this war. That way the Emperor can't demand unlawful territory. Never want to be dealing with that. I know in the latest EU4 update, the Origins update, that no longer works. Being at war does not stop the Emperor from requesting land. So that's going to have to be a totally new tactic to adjust to in the base game. But here, we're still good to kind of cheese it a little bit. Alrighty, perfect. I think we are going to be good to go ahead and declare the war, but I'm going to save that for the next episode because that's all the time that I have here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know, we're already 10 episodes in. I'm super excited for this campaign. Sugamber, we are getting large. We are starting to build up a power base. Laurent and Goed, they're still just chilling. They're taking out the small guys, but I wouldn't be surprised if they turn into the Empire and start messing with some stuff. So I have to keep an eye on them. Two great conquerors, very scary. Jadari down here looking pretty thick, pretty scary. We will have to be the saviors of the Empire, even if the Empire just doesn't know it yet. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.